This video is sponsored by ExpressVPN. Everybody is reliant on the internet, and we all value our privacy when browsing, watching videos, connecting with people, and so on. But while doing so, we are constantly being surveyed for information by corporations. ExpressVPN masks your device's unique IP address, making it much more difficult for big tech and advertisers to match your activity back to you and collect your data. Besides giving you security when using the internet, ExpressVPN also provides another great service by letting you change your online location. They have 94 countries you can choose to appear from, allowing you access to content from sites and services only available in those countries. ExpressVPN invests only in premium service, making them consistently faster than any other VPN provider. They are more than trustworthy. It's physically impossible for any of ExpressVPN's VPN servers to store logs of any customers. All of this makes them the top-rated VPN provider, rated #1 by CNET, The Verge, Mashable, TechRadar, and many more. It's extremely easy to use. All you need to do is fire up the app and connect with just one click. ExpressVPN is your all-in-one VPN provider. I have actually been using their services for a long while, and I use it frequently to watch some of the movies and series that I otherwise wouldn't have access to. And if you're a bit paranoid about others using your information, like I am, then you will no doubt appreciate the security that they provide. All you have to do is simply click the link down in the description to sign up today and get the first 3 months free. That was somehow difficult for me to say. Thank you so much to ExpressVPN for sponsoring this video. And now, back to the reaction. Hi, and welcome back to the channel. I am continuing House of the Dragon. This is Season 1, Episode 8, titled Lord of the Tides. A hell of a lot happened in the previous episode, even though it only took place in one location. It really shifted the power balance, I guess you could say, between what we're now calling the Black Dragons and the Green Dragons. Aemond, he made a power move and sort of stole Vhagar, the largest dragon in the world. And towards the end of the episode, Rhaenyra and Daemon, they actually got married to sort of like cement their claim, or Rhaenyra's claim, so people won't be able to question it, and they sort of went back to the old Targaryen ways of the whole incest thing. And they also had sex on the beach. So that happened, and it feels like now we really reached the point where things are about to pop off and the struggle is going to start for real, or the civil war there between the Targaryen families are going to start for real. And I don't know if we're going to get another little time jump or what's going to happen, but no matter what, I'm just excited to get into it, because this series has really surprised me in like the quality of it and just how invested I am personally. So let's just jump into it. But before we do, I also want to let you guys know about our Patreon page, where you can watch some full-length reactions, sync it up with your own copy of the episode. I'm doing some exclusive stuff over there, like She-Hulk and the Rings of Power. I've also started Cowboy Bebop. There are both full-length reactions and early reactions, cut-down reactions for Cowboy Bebop. Also, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like, comment, all that good stuff. And thank you again to ExpressVPN for sponsoring this video. But here we go.
It's been near 6 years since I last saw my lord husband, Maester.
Oh.
I must know. Will he live?
6 years? Time jump?
In the fighting, his neck was slashed by a courser's dagger. He fell overboard into the sea.
What?
The wound was severe. Much
What?
blood was lost.
Oh shit, Corlys. Just like that.
So they arrive in 3 days. Let all be made ready to receive him, Maester Calvin.
But he is still alive, but definitely not doing well.
The crown has good reason to take my side.
My cousin the king would have your tongue for this.
But it's not a king who sits the Iron Throne these days, good sister. It's a queen.
Ooh. What's this? A dragon egg? Yeah, okay. Who's taking... Okay. Daemon.
A king should honor the traditions of his forebears.
Well, unless you're planning to depose your own mother, you have plenty of time to study.
So Rhaenyra is pregnant again?
He means to call into question Luke's legitimacy.
Has he made common cause with Otto Hightower yet?
This is what I fear. Rhaenys flames a cord.
And yet she's taken Baelor to ward.
Yes, it's Laena's memory she honors. She has no love for us.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah. Pregnant.
To King's Landing, then.
Ooh. Absolutely no one to greet them. Except this guy.
Lord Caswell?
Lord Caswell. Mm-hmm.
I would say it's nice to be home, but I scarcely recognize it.
And the extent to which we exploit those is contingent.
Wow, really embracing the seven.
Your guests have arrived, Your Grace.
I trust they've been welcomed as befits their station.
As you instructed, Lord Hound.
No. As befits their station.
Boy has been raised most of his life away from Driftmark.
And now he's part of the fucking council. Really? Wow. Cobwebs and he hasn't even... Fuck. Okay, how's he doing? Oh, shit. Wow.
There's someone we wish to introduce you to.
Daemon.
Brother.
Who is that?
Oh, okay, they've already... Shit, man.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
He's in so much fucking pain.
My tea.
This?
Yes.
Tea? Or just milk of the puppy?
I brought her here immediately. She's seen no one else, you guys.
Okay, what happened? What prince? Aegon or Aemond? And what happened to this poor girl?
No, I believe you were not to blame. Others might not be so trusting.
So...
They might think you're trying to besmirch the prince, or worse, that you're the sort of girl that might have enticed him in the first place.
What the fuck? Just
Tea, you guys.
letting her go, hopefully.
It's best to be certain.
Ah. Got it.
Get up.
Aegon!
Okay, it was fucking Aegon.
The girl. Aegon, the one you sent fleeing from your company.
Oh, it was just harmless fun.
Oh,
She didn't need to go get upset about it.
what the...
You are no son of mine.
Whoa.
Princess Rhaenyra. And Prince Daemon. It's been so long since we were granted the joy of your presence.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed.
What a joy it is.
Which authority will sit in judgment of my son's claim on his own inheritance?
That would be mine. And the hands. But be assured the father is just and commands me to forget the accusations you have held in this room today.
That's very easy for you to say.
See? I told you this would still be here, and you thought you could swing Kristoff's Morning Star. And you almost took your own head off.
Where is Sir Kristen? There's Sir Kristen. Fighting against Aemond, I'm guessing? Whoa. He looks way older now. He even looks older than his older brother. Shouldn't you be using training swords? Aemond. No longer Targaryen emblems on the soldiers and the guards. It's fucking Hightower.
The threat of war looms and may arrive on our shores. When it does, will you want a child at the command of the greatest fleet in Westeros?
He doesn't have to command. He can have advisors.
It is a trap. Set by the Queen in the Hand, I'd wager, to proclaim my son illegitimate.
Yet you did worse than that with Laenor.
No. Can't you just tell her the truth?
I'll make you an offer.
Hmm.
Back Luke's claim, and let us betroth Laena's children to mine.
A generous offer. Or a desperate one.
What does it matter?
You're right in this, at least. It does not matter. But tomorrow the High Towers land their first blow. They force you to your knees. And I must stand alone.
Then figure something out.
The Song of Ice and Fire, do you believe it to be true?
Eggot's dream.
You told me it was our duty to hold the realm united against a common foe. By naming me heir, you divided the realm. But the burden is a heavy one.
My only child.
If you wish me to bear it, then defend me and my children.
Shit, man. Emma Darcy's really killing it as Rhaenyra, though. They're so freaking good in that role.
I want to have supper, Otto.
It is the morning, Your Grace.
Tonight, all of my family are gathered at the Red Keep. I want us to dine together.
I get wanting that, but that's not gonna go well. Not gonna be a happy affair.
We gather here with the grim task of dealing with the succession of Driftmark. As Hand, I speak with the King's voice on this and all other matters.
You're gonna sit down on the... Yep.
My Queen, my Lord Hand. This is a matter of blood, not ambition.
What are you smiling about?
I will start by reminding the court that nearly 20 years ago in this very...
King Viserys of House Targaryen, Lord of the Seven Kingdoms and Protector of the Realm.
Walking there himself. Barely, but still walking. Ooh, that mask. Kind of reminds me of Kingdom of Heaven, if you've seen that movie.
I said I'm fine.
Damon.
Come on.
Damn. This scene is really getting to me for some reason.
It was ever my husband's will that Driftmark pass through Sir Laenor to his true-born son, Viserys Velaryon. His mind never changed. As a matter of fact, the Princess Rhaenyra has just informed me of her desire to marry her sons Jace and Luke to Lord Corlys's granddaughters. A proposal to which I heartily agree.
Oh.
Well, the matter is settled.
Again.
You break law and centuries of tradition.
Ooh, dude.
To install your daughter as heir.
Dude.
You may run your house as you see fit. But you will not decide the future of mine.
I get why he's angry, but this is not a good idea, man.
Her children are bastards! And she is a whore.
Dude, you...
We'll have your tongue for that.
What the fuck?
He can keep his tongue.
Damon!
I will not close my mind. I must put things right.
Fuck, man, just like that. He can keep his tongue. That was the only thing protruding from the stump of his... What? That was one clean cut. But again, Valyrian steel. That's fucking crazy. Oh, what's gonna happen now? Those two are sitting awfully close to each other, and the king is supposed to sit in between them.
May the mother smile down on this gathering with love. May the smith mend the bonds that have been broken for far too long. And to Vaemon Velaryon, may the gods give him rest.
Damon's like, what the fuck is this farce?
Toast to the young princess and their betrothed.
Here, here. Well done, Jace. You'll finally get to lie with a woman.
Let us toast as well. Prince Viserys, a future lord of the tides.
You do know how the act is done.
Aegon, just shut up, man.
The faces most dear to me in all the world, yet grown so distant from each other in the years past.
Whoa.
My own face is no longer a handsome one, if indeed it ever was.
Holy fuck, man.
Let us no longer hold ill feelings in our hearts.
It's too late for that, man.
Stand strong if the house of the dragon remains divided. But set aside your grievances, if not for the sake of the crown, and for the sake of this old man, who loves you all so dearly.
Fucking hell. This performance is just... gonna miss him when he's no longer there.
We have more in common than we sometimes allow. I raise my cup to you and to your house. You will make a fine queen.
This is too good to be true.
I regret the disappointment you're soon to suffer.
Dude.
But if you ever wish to know what it is to be well satisfied, all you have to do is ask.
Didn't you listen to what your king just said? Stop it!
I hope we may yet be friends and allies. To you and your family's good health, dear uncles.
To you as well.
Taking the high road. Good on you, Jace.
You are the beast beneath the boards.
Well done, my boy.
Beware the beast beneath the boards. Is this all you ever wanted, Viserys? What? Didn't even get to stay for the main course. A pig. Obviously. Served right in front of Aemon. Don't.
Each of them handsome, wise, strong.
Aemon.
Come,
Strong.
let us drain our cups to these three strong boys. I dare you to say that again. Why? It was only a compliment. Do you not think yourself strong?
Dude. No. Stop. For fuck's sake.
Wait! Go to your quarters. All of you go, now.
At least he didn't do that in front of Viserys, I guess. So we didn't have to see that.
best, I think, if we go back to Dragonstone.
You've only just arrived.
Let me see the children home. I'll, return on Dragonback.
The king and I would both like that.
The White Worm? Was that her nickname?
It's been quite a night at the castle, Sims.
Yes, lady.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
For...
What do you want it to do? If I believe it to be true.
Believe what to be true, my king?
Oh, don't you remember Aegon?
Our son.
The Song of Ice. And fire. The prince that was promised.
Prince Aegon.
To unite the realm. Against the cold. And the dark.
Oh no, she's gonna completely misunderstand this. He thinks he's talking to Rhaenyra. Oh, fuck.
I understand, my king.
No, you don't.
Oh, no more.
I guess that was the end. For King Viserys. If he's still alive in the next episode, I'm gonna be very surprised. I would like for him to stick around because, again, I enjoy the character and I enjoy the performance so much. But but there we go. That was episode 8. A bit more of a somber affair than I thought it was going to be. Not that that's a bad thing or anything, except for, of course, what would happen at court with Vaemond Velaryon just getting his head sliced in half by Daemon. That was a sight to behold. Fuck, you can keep your tongue. Still, he can be a bit crazy at times, but still definitely a badass. But he also keeps surprising me, at least, you know, as a character, with how he actually cares deeply for his brother, and that scene when he was helping Viserys get to the throne and picked up his crown and put it on his head. That really, really got to me. That was so well acted, for one, and it was also like the score in that scene was really moving, and just in the span of these first 7-8 episodes, you already, you know, you've been following these characters and you've been seeing them throughout their life, and because of these major time jumps, I guess that also makes it mean more when you get a scene like that and seeing Aemond act like that towards his brother. Because I do believe that he has always cared for him. He wants the best for him, but he's just never seen him as being fit to wear the crown and be the king. So it does really mean a lot when you see him do what he did, for them to, of course, to turn around and then slice Vaemond's head off when he was saying those things in court, which is true, but it was a really bad idea to go about it like that. I understand acting out and being like, that's not fucking fair. They are not truly the blood of House Velaryon. They are not Laenor's children. And everybody knows that, but if that were to become the official thing, then it would sort of tear the realm apart, or at least the small folk and like the rest of the lords of Westeros and so on, like they would lose faith in the crown and in the Targaryen family, in the Velaryon family. So keeping everyone together like that and just making sure that the line of succession is clear, like that is, of course, in their best interest, no matter what is true or false. The more important thing in that regard, I guess, is what, like, the perception of what is true. And that was also something that Corlys Velaryon, he believed in. History doesn't remember blood, it remembers names. And that was also a bit of a surprise, just starting the episode out like that, where he was severely wounded and fell overboard, but still alive and on his way back to Driftmark from the Stepstones, where they're fighting again. The fighting has started again. Can't seem to get rid of that fucking triarchy. But of course he didn't make it back during this episode, so we didn't get to see him. But then the whole succession thing, that was the big subject of this episode, and why it was also named after the Lord of the Tides, Lord of Driftmark, where it was supposed to be Viserys, Luke. And that was also what was then decided towards the end, that yes, he is going to inherit, and Rhaenys actually accepted this offer by Rhaenyra. Again, also because she probably sees as that would be her, like, the most strategic thing to do for her as well, and for her family, to sort of keep them together. And then we just have these other family members who doesn't care as much about trying to keep everyone together. The children of Alicent and Viserys, and in particular Aegon and Aemond. Aegon, he's just being an asshole. He's just being a fucking brat still. Just acting out that whole thing with what he did to the servant girl. That was just fucking horrible, and just how he couldn't even see how that was a bad thing. Ugh, I hate people like that. I hate him with a passion. And he was also an ass during that dinner scene. But it was more Aemond and his choice of words. Like, he's being way more deliberate in his assholeness. But I gotta say, like, one thing that this series, because there are so many time jumps, and I get that it can be difficult to keep casting new actors going to look like their older or younger selves. But it does stick out sometimes when there are characters who doesn't really seem to age at all, even in the span of, like, we've from the first episode to this one, it's been like 20 something years. I think it must be, right. I don't have the math or the numbers in front of me, but it's been a lot of years, and there are just characters who they don't seem to age at all. And then there are characters that age unevenly, if you get my meaning. And especially in this episode, it was hard for me to buy that Aegon was the older brother of Aemond, because Aemond looks way older than Aegon. That can also, of course it can happen that a younger sibling will grow up to become taller and look more adult than their older sibling. But it stood out a little bit to me in this episode. But new actors are doing a good job. I don't find it too jarring that we keep switching actors. Like, the core still sort of stays the same, with the obvious ones, of course, being Rhaenyra, now played by Emma Darcy, and Alicent Hightower, played by Olivia Cook, or both of them just fucking killing it. They are so great in those roles, but so were the previous actors. And that's it has only changed once, and I don't believe it's going to change again, or maybe in like future seasons or something. But other than that, like Viserys, Otto, Daemon, still staying the same. Kristen as well. Like those are the same actors. And a number of, the Velaryons and Rhaenys, the commander of the Kingsguard. and it is some of those characters who are like, where I'm like, okay, you don't seem to have aged that much. That also happens in real life when you look at some people. It's like, wow, you've looked the same for the past 20 years. How do you do it? And I guess it's the same thing here. Same thing here. Whew, that family. Oh, fuck. I just feel so bad for Viserys. And now he's gonna die believing that he just talked to Rhaenyra about the Song of Ice and Fire again, and the responsibility there, the enemy in the north. Like, we as viewers, we know all about that because we've already seen it in Game of Thrones. It was the first time Alicent heard it, and Rhaenyra even like questioned him about it earlier and said, like, if it is that freaking important, then support me. You named me heir, even though it sort of divided the realm, but you named me heir. And if that dream is true, if Aegon's dream is true, then you absolutely have to support me, and you have to support the claims of my children. And he certainly did that. So then in the end, like, just the decay of Viserys, it was just too much, both with his body and his mind. And he was not 100% there at all, especially in the end. And just said the wrong things to Alicent, who's probably really gonna take that to heart and believe that Aegon must be king, so therefore she must go against Rhaenyra now. And she didn't question it at all, because it's probably something she wanted to hear, and now she has just convinced herself that that is what the king, what Viserys wanted. And I'm afraid for what's going to happen in the next episode. I'm actually really afraid for Rhaenyra, because she said she was going to, take the children home, and go back to Dragonstone, but then she was going to fly back on Dragonback to King's Landing. What's going to happen once she gets there? I'm really afraid for that. There are some people, some characters inside of this show who are unpredictable. Like, Aemon has definitely shown to be sort of unpredictable. Aegon can be unpredictable as well. We know Otto is very focused on his goals, but he's still very smart and wise and prudent when it comes to his plans and how he maneuvers the politics of Westeros. So he's not going to make any rash decisions, I believe. And then we also had, I do believe it is the White Worm. I can't remember her real name, but we had it established before that she's sort of like a Varys type, where she knows what is really going on with like everything. And she has those little spies, those little birds. And someone came to her, and that was, I don't remember her name at all, but one of the handmaidens of the queen, I surely believe, because we've seen her multiple times. So she is divulging some information to the White Worm, and that's most certainly going to come into play as well, because everybody's got ambitions in this fucking show, except for well, Viserys just wanted everyone to get along, and it was nice that he at least got to see his family, all of them sitting around the table and being semi-happy and enjoying themselves, even though as soon as he left, then Aemon did his little speech where he kept on saying, "Strong, you are so strong, strong boys," and clearly provoking. I would like to see Daemon and Aemond interact, because it seems like Daemon, he definitely sees himself in Aemond, and they look kind of similar, behave sort of similar, like very direct and no nonsense sort of characters, but also very daring in what they're saying and what they're doing. It even seemed like Aemond sort of admired what Daemon did in the court with slicing off Vaemon's head. So that's going to be interesting to see those two interact, because like, even if they might admire each other to some way, or like Aemond might admire Daemon and Daemon sort of sees himself in Aemond, they're still on opposite sides and going to be on opposite sides when it comes to all of this, unless one of them switch. No, that's not gonna happen, because Aemond is so against the, well, let's just call it for what it is, the strong boys. Whew, okay, 9 and 10. We got those two left. 2 episodes. I'm expecting for something big to happen in the next one, because it is episode 9, and if they are going to follow that tradition, just like with Game of Thrones, then 9 is going to be the big one. And I'm also curious, just like how many seasons we're going to get overall, how much of the story, how many more big time jumps are we going to get, or is this now the core cast going forward for at least a season's worth of episodes-ish? Anyway, I could keep talking about what went down and my theories and all of the characters. Like, there's so much to get into. Like, this story is so dense, and these characters, there's so much to all of it. But I think that's going to do it for this reaction and review of House of the Dragon Season 1, Episode 8. Thank you guys so much for watching as always, and I'll see you as soon as possible. Bye.